Welcome back to 20-Sided Tales for episode 85, A State of Seven Swords, part 2. Where last we left our heroes, the Scarlet Vanguard, had found themselves embroiled within the political upheavals of Baldric's Watch, as they quickly uncovered more of the Black Mask's plan, only to then first-hand witness these evils in concession, such as public executions en masse, and the segregation of the common folk as we led into the days of this trying siege to come. But moreover, it seemed it would all reach its boiling point during the jubilant jamboree of the Duke's daughters, as the three femme fatales, Agnesia, Lorelei, and Sana, made a brazen attempt against one of the castle's hidden vaults, and indeed found success, absconding with an interned memory, blazing through traps and performing through the crowds of onlookers as they eventually made their escape, with Adlin, and the prosecutor whom would have been for Pippa's trial. However, the big bash of this event came in subsequently to this, when the Hand of Bane came rocketing from the skies, in columns of smoke against the pyrotechnics to amass before the aristocracy on their very own land. The Hand of Bane was led by none other than their de facto leader and ancient founder, a menacing magister known as the Horned King. Seen now as no more than a decrepit lich, drabbed in heretical scrolls of power, but whom at one time had been a prominent figure from the First Age, before dividing from the Solaris Order, their current nemesis, and so too the confidants of the Duke's legacy. The Horned King made his proclamation, given unto the new moons of some day's passage, that this city be purged, lest the Duke take his own head and present it on a silver platter. The Duke, of course, bittered, stubborn, and only further coaxed, defied the Lich. So now, the many factions pitted at play lead to an inevitable and well-plotted battle, just as Lorelei wished, to bring her enemies upon one another and see where the cards lie. For the devil itself knows, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. This great capital now ready to fall, so that one may have her revenge. But there is so much more than one soul on the line. No doubt this has drawn the attention of every able leader in this realm, and now 7 sets of ideals embed themselves like swords into the heart of society. But which shall sink the deepest cut? The orders have been given on all fronts. Sir Alico Sideri, now lord and heir to the west, is ready, and with a company of thousands to face the tyranny alongside his sire Hammondine Haysworth. As the remaining Scarlet Vanguard, in league with old allies anew, stands barred within city limits, but only for a short while, as a grand scape has been planned and hewn over the course of passing days, thanks to Moza Moss, the Archdruid. However, already have atrocities been witnessed within a stone throws of the Baroness's University, where people clamor for safety, where our heroes are and the folks dwell in mass. The Black Market Mask has seamlessly infiltrated the city. The Duke, an alleged heir of the Rhineworms, a usurper to power, will do everything he can to stop them. In some regard, the unlikely allegiance with the Hand of Bane proves prudent if not foreboding of wanton devastation, as the bulk of Baldric's forces will no doubt be called against the siege of the Horned King. But let us not forget those enemies of the Lich and the zealous allies of the Duke's reign for on many generations, former allies of the Vanguard as well, and now a threat in passing their progress, and even having made claims against them, particularly Sana, after the bank incident, labeling you a weapon of mass destruction. So, with the drums of war beating, and lovers a battlefield apart, the stage has been set for Lorelei's biggest production. And even the Odin Sons have come out to play. Tribals with a marker for Lord Sideri in Hammond's blood. All the realm is astir. And so we begin. We open with a wide-framed shot of this region, the mountains that abound the plains, and the few copses of trees, the mighty metropolis city of old, Baldric's Watch, set upon the Saloon River, marmoreal meadows to its backside. But all eyes are set to the west, where across the fields and in the West Hills a rebel camp has been made. And in the north, the secret base of the Solaris Order, Halo, has already fallen to the fogs of war, as the front of the Hand of Bane has moved in along the riverside and through those mountains. And the rumbling of tribals from the south, the Thronwarg of Odin's son, has made their beat in this battle within the fort of Rheinsteg, west of the city and just south of the rebel camp. Our camera meandering down, slowing down through the clouds, we see the flocks of ravens, ready, no doubt, to alleviate as many souls as they can from these heinous skirmishes to come. But there's something else flying in the sky. It's not a bird. It's some sort of vehicle, and a man. The camera zooms in, we see the black, curly hair, sandalwood oiled of Yanni, the former acolyte who had adventured with you. He is no doubt within what has been called the HAN, or the Han glider, something that's been in the works for a long while. He's coming soaring through and breaching over the city walls from up on high. And as he passes through the barrier, unbeknownst to him, he does begin to crash land somewhat, sustaining damage. Of course, this is just but one flick of darkness in the sky this morning, as it is the last day of proceedings before these new moons come, and the meeting of minds will be had before this siege. We pan down from where Yanni is crash landing and over towards the university here, Waterford University of Arts, where it is just swollen with people, injured, and those seeking hope from our heroes and their leaders, Baroness Brunhilde and Madame Ozamas, who in secret is down below. Adlin, Agnesia, Sana, no doubt the two of you, three of you, and everyone else you and surround yourself with are somewhere about the grounds of the university. Maybe you've decided to stick down below. Maybe you're up top helping the people. That's up to you. The city is on full alarm already. Today, they're still hosting the last day of court. There's not much of a way for you to get there because all the streets have been blocked off. There's a constant alarm going off through the city. And now, just to kind of start us off with the scene here, Adlin, from wherever you are in the Waterford University, you get a perspective of the skies above, where you do see some strange anomaly, something invisible, crash landing towards the university's back terraces. Just a column of smoke from something jetting off. As you see this and trail it with your eyes, eventually something lands, getting into the backyard of the university.
Yeah, immediately hauling ass over towards that. With everything going on, no telling what something crashing into the university could be.
With everything else going on, people on both sides of the fences saying, "Stay in there or let us out!" No one really noticed the column of smoke other than you with your extremely high passive. As you begin to walk towards it, it was a rather subtle landing. It's landing as far as a crash landing can be. You see an arcane shimmer subside as the winged glider, with its immovable rod and many other components used from the Scarlet Horde that Auntie Ev was able to find, is now there before you. Yanni takes off these almost steampunk leather goggles. Okay. Ravens flocking. This isn't exactly what I thought. Okay.
Hey, welcome to a war zone. Might want to get inside.
I might have dropped a few when I went through whatever that was around the city, and he pulls out a bag of 300 gold coins minus like a D6 coins that fell out.
Oh, yeah, no, that's great.
That's what you needed.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we won't be getting much use out of it right now, but we'll need it later. Yeah. Here, come inside. Here, let's get this pushed out of the way first. And just give it a quick look. I don't see any of the cursed objects on this thing, do I? Just quick check.
Roll a nature check for this.
Make sure Auntie Ev didn't get in the attic for parts.
There is some metals that may have been smelted down from odd things, because you cannot identify them.
Yeah.
even with that high check. Like,
Yeah.
that isn't quite steel. And Ani just kind of shrugs. It works. I mean, less so now that it went through there, but I don't know, the peeled up metal started coming back on itself. Kind of handy. And you look to the vehicle and like little abrasions and damage it took, it's regenerating like some kind of weird organic metal. Not up to like its full hit points, but
Okay.
Functional.
Yeah, I'll have to ask her what she broke down. It's fine. You know what?
No,
We'll deal with this later.
They knew you would. Here, I don't know anything inside this book. I never bothered trying, and he just hands you the user manual for idiots. Yeah. It just says for idiots on it too.
Yep.
Of how to use the Han glider. So it's
okay.
It's a one-man show.
I'll give this a read through later, but here for now, help me push it inside. We don't need to leave this outside.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to really get it inside these doors, but the two of you hide it somewhere.
Yeah, just mainly for the people on the other side of the fence, so they're not trying to bust in here like, what's that?
Well, he's like, I know how to do this, and turns it back invisible for the next amount of time, explaining to you that it can only remain invisible for so long.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll just cover it up with some stuff too, and I think we'll be good. But come on, I think everybody else wants to see you.
Yeah, we smash cut away into the crowds and open up to another crowd, but in the basement. People are secretly flocking, getting ready to go in waves through this tunnel. And down there, no doubt, you would see maybe Agnesia looking about a bit peppered with the day and the course of events at hand, whereas Sana, you imagine, probably pretty close to Madame Moss.
Yeah, definitely trying to help her with whatever she can, whether that be wiping away the sweat or helping her with magic.
Yeah, so Adlin, you walk up to Sana as Madame Moss saying to her, "All right, dear, I know you're a real fleet of foot, so take these pearls and plant them every 10 feet or so along the hall, so we'll have some illumination as we're going."
On it. She quickly just immediately is already in motion as soon as she understands what she's saying.
We just see you kind of haste out because it's a matter of time, and you just start kung fu punching these almost big legume nut shaped pearls on vines into the wall. You stab one with your hand, then you kick out sideways, making a Y with your body, stabbing another one in the wall. I mean, just see you going off. And oh, Adlan, you just missed her. Agnesia's over there, right? I think she's looking for someone.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Agni.
Agni is pretending not to skulk. Sulk, not skulk. Pretending not to sulk. And doing her best to shuffle people where they need to get, but...
Yeah, you've taken on a leadership role kind of thing. With your natural charisma, people are getting organized by your word.
Turn around. Adlin! Is Yanni with you, by the way, Adlin?
Yeah, just kind of leading Yanni in.
He's just looking around in amazement, but then locks eyes on you and smiles. Good to see you.
If it isn't my man Yanni.
Yeah.
Welcome! This is a terrible time to be here, but welcome nonetheless. And Agni will want me to just give him a big hug.
He hugs you back. Well, I think Trip would want me to be here.
Wherever she is, I'm sure she would.
She's around, he just says assuredly and nods. So what's the plan? You got a tunnel?
I see.
How far does that go?
As far out as we can get it.
They don't know about it, do they? I mean,
no.
The other guys? Who are the other guys? Who are we fighting? What? There's fighting?
Lots about to do that. Yeah.
I could be doing work here. I feel bad standing around. I see people with cuts, and do you mind if I'll be down here though if you two need me. I gave Adlin a book how to run that the glider.
Yeah, we gotta have a talk about your aunt later. Yeah,
it's finally done. Yeah, enjoy. They told me to tell you you to like keep an eye on Adlin with it. Good luck. That thing moves fast when you press the red button. I'm talking fast. And then the wings turned into plants, but they turned back to wings. You'll figure it out. I'm gonna go spend everything I can and help these people.
Yeah.
And he just goes off
Yanni,
and starts
Yanni.
popping cure wounds and going around to everybody doing little ceremonies.
He starts doing. They just see. I was going to say, careful about how much you expend, but you've already done it, so it's fine. Don't know what's going to happen later, so just be wise.
Kind of nods to you and continues.
Speaking of, do we have a plan? Other than get the people out?
No. He, contacted Alikos, and he didn't respond. He's okay. Don't die, I think, is our best plan at the moment. Save as many people as we can as we do.
Now
Everybody out. Get ready to... Hey.
Is that really the best you can come up with? Don't die. As you see Lorelei just hanging upside down from one of the rafters of this basement. Really is a gas up here. She drinks a martini upside down, flips in one fluid motion and lands, the crowd kind of separating for her. Thanks.
I mean, honestly, if we were able to, we would need to get to those kids.
Don't worry. You're plenty good at sowing chaos. You just do you, Adlin. I, of course, already have everything under wraps. Speaking of which, Agnesia, dear.
What can I do for you?
You're forgetting objectivity. The whole reason we came here. I've got to return this hat. It was a loner, after all.
Bit frazzled right now, right, okay.
Listen.
How do you suggest we do that? In prison at the moment. We freed the guy. No, we didn't free the guy. We got the information that we needed to get. I assume.
And he's adamant he's adamant to do his diligence in the courtroom. The final day of justice that the Duke will hold, and we need to leave, like, right now. So your friends aren't discreet enough for this, but do what you do. Change into people, slip out of this university, go through the streets, be gods, whatever. Meet me back at the castle where we did the heist. That's where the final courts will be taking place. This should be interesting. While it's all going down, I'm sure we'll find a moment to allocate Pippa back. Just wait for my signal. Red. It'll be red.
Okay. Just so I know that I can work it into my brain as we do this, our allocating of getting Pippa back, is that a moment of extreme violence, or is it a moment of subterfuge?
Do you really want to spoil it all for yourself? Well, obviously, it's going to be subterfuge. I have no intent to get dirty in all this. I want to get in and out. Once Pippa's secure, I'm done here and I'm going north. I told you as much. We've got to make sure Pippa and everyone is back so they can escape tomorrow when all of this begins. I'll come back and see where the cards lie later.
I agree that they should get out and head out as soon as possible. Escape via our tunnel, hopefully, however you should say, and see what you wrought.
Honestly, we already did the hard part. They're gonna turn on themselves in this court. You just watch. Hopefully in your friend's favor.
Didn't answer my question. Didn't really ask a question. Of course not. Whatever, there's no time for this. Let's go.
And the two of you start making your way off through the crowds. heading back upstairs out of the university and into the busy streets. She's gonna split off from you and make her own way.
Okay. Agni is going.
Yeah, we see you up outside now in the chaos. This place is surrounded by, soldiers, a few Solaris Order peppered here and there for healing, keeping the people inside the university limits, patrolling the streets.
Agni's going to slip into the guise of a Solaris Order healer.
All right, go ahead and roll me a performance.
Okay. Come on, Agni.
Don't forget you have your...
Yeah, doing it. Hold on, do I have something to fix that? Doesn't feel high enough. These people are wise. I'm using favored by the gods. I'm not getting caught the second I walk out of this goddamn room. Better.
You make it out of the grounds, but there is some complications as one person does see you on the other side and says, "Hey, what are you doing on the... Get back in here, or get back outside." And a little bit of suspicion has risen, but these people actually help you get off the temple grounds. A couple soldiers and another Solaris Order soldier who just sees you as a healer, and he goes to grab you, and upon touch, he will feel that you are not what he perceives. Roll me a sleight of hand or acrobatics as you yeet yourself from the situation.
Yeah, remove myself pretty fast. That's an 8. Don't worry about it.
That is an 8. This person grabs you by the arm, and there's a pretty quick realization as he holds on tight and says, "We've got a runner!" What do you do? As now some manner of chase begins, as a bunch of attention is turned this way.
Let me just... Alone, would you? I'm not in the mood. I'm going to dimension door across 500 feet away, and I'll change my disguise.
Yeah, you could do this. Just roll me a sleight of hand, because he's jostling you by one arm. There's other people trying to grab you, and you're trying to do the somatic.
13.
Yeah. You just barely wave your hand in front of you and just kind of step out, almost pulling this individual with you.
Kick him off as I go.
Yeah, and on the other side of the dimension door with you, his hand just falls. That's never happened before. Whoops. And you kind of kick it away as you run off. Boo, shed your disguise. Yeah. What do you look like now?
I'm gonna look like a normal commoner, just, wait, hold on.
No, they don't want commoner in the streets.
Yeah, no, the second I said that, I remembered that.
Yeah.
A guard. A guard, the ones that are allowed to walk in the area.
Roll me an intelligence check. You can do history if you have it.
Don't, so it'll just be normal.
Do you have Jack of all trades yet?
No.
Okay. Just normal intelligence. 15, that's pretty good. You've had some close encounters with the guards here in the days you've been here, no doubt. You were sizing them up, because a few times it was about to break out into blows. So yeah, we see Agnesia, human guard, soldier, and you start walking through the city. You pass by, and you're walking alone, and a few people in patrols marching, chuk, 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 and organized patrols see you. And the leader on his horse goes, "Hey, soldier, what are you doing? The new royal regime won't have stragglers in the streets. What's your report? Want you with your platoon?"
On my way over, we got separated. There's a bit of a scuffle down in the lower levels.
What squad are you with? Another riot?
Small one, yeah.
Roll deception.
Everything's okay.
Roll deception with disadvantage because you don't know the name of your squad.
I was trying to strategically just move around that.
Oh, you have a +9. I'm sure you'll do fine. An 11.
No. Be like that sometimes.
Yeah. You see him start to deter from the troops he's leading and take a few steps towards you on his mount. And then he takes, like, one of his scouts says something to him in the back. Sir, we're told to report to one of the towers. Damn. You there! Get back to your platoon or get in your orders, whatever it is you're doing. I don't want to see you straggling about again.
My way, sir.
Double time! And they all start...
I start booking it.
Yeah, everybody, you start booking it, they start booking it the other way, and you're getting lucky. You're not rolling great, but neither are they. You're making it by the skin of your teeth. You're kind of moving against the clock. It's a big metropolis city. They have blocked off a lot of the streets. I need a 2-part check. It's going to be investigation to navigate through the barricades they've placed, the foresight to make your way through, as well as acrobatics or athletics, your choice. And you can give yourself advantage if you want to use, like, Dimension Door or something to, like, help you in certain places. This part of the skill challenge represents you now traveling for the next, like, almost hour, 2 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna do investigation, and I'm gonna roll trash.
Okay.
I don't have inspiration. Shit, I thought I did.
But you can, like, if you got a clever use of a spell, you think, and you can, like, describe in a way you think that this would give you a benefit, like, pop another dimension door, get to a high point, sort of thing, or, you sort of come to an impasse. You, like, in the first 10 minutes of sort of jogging now, one of the streets, you knew to be a main thoroughfare is totally closed off. Looking about and just sort of feeling lost. The buildings are very tall and...
Sana gave me her inspiration, as she said in the chat.
All right.
That was a joke. I don't think that's
in this moment,
sad.
What sort of omen does she see that reminds her of Sana, that pushes her on?
She is not giving it to me. It's okay.
You see a dead dove. Think,
I love a dead dove.
It's not a dove. It's a raven. As you see, as like you're like, where am I gonna go? You get further distracted as some of the armored individuals on the parapets who aren't denoted as soldiers. They're like black on black secret soldiers, like the secret police, who you gauge are probably black mass agents, are shooting down ravens, either for sport or for purpose. They're missing a lot, but occasionally they'll hit one with the crossbow.
She doesn't say anything about it. She's gonna keep going. I'm gonna do the acrobatics now.
Yeah.
Blocks suck. I hate having only 2 spell slots. I'll just roll. Come on. Give myself guidance. Oh my goodness, Agni. Yeah, great. Yeah, 12.
12. You hear the town bells going off, and you have not really much of an indication of what actual time of day it is, other than the skies, but you feel like you're taking more time than was expected of you. As you start to come to the quieter streets, I need you to roll a stealth check. You've finally found a way to bypass the bulk of where platoons are in, like, the central part of the city, and you've come to, within a few blocks of the castle, the high seat, which is kind of outlooking on the rest of the land. If you want to go unseen, you can roll stealth or performance.
Can I performance it to just look like I'm supposed to be there? If there are specific castle guards that Agni would have noted last time, she will slip.
I'll give it to you from your last history check. You had noticed people, these Secret Service guards that were like all black on black, like the Black Mask kind of people. If you want to do that, they seem to be more the ones about this area.
Agni will slip into that.
And you see there's one, like, gate open into this district of the city, allowing the loyal aristocracy to the new regime to come witness what is going down. But as you're arriving, you see they're already leaving, a lot of them, and they're running. Something is going down over there. And as you kind of push through the crowds, potentially without getting caught, I need performance or stealth.
Performance, yeah. I'm
Depending
trying to
how
look
you
like
go
I
about
belong.
this. Plus your d4. Lucky you rolled that 4. You swim upstream against the crowd. It would be sort of sus that you're not, like, detaining anybody, but nonetheless, you just kind of swerve through, and you can see there is, like, already a red flare. A few of them, it's like columns of smoke rising from one of the turrets of the castle, and nobles are like flocking to their vehicles or running on foot, being escorted by guards out of here. And you see there are guard on guard fights, and you do not know who's on which side because they are wearing identical armor. All these soldiers of the city are just clashing against each other.
Okay, so there's a fight going on between guards. Red flare, that's the signal.
Yeah, you're pretty much back, like, on the hill now that leads up to the castle. You're on castle grounds. There's some kind of battle going on here.
I'm gonna assume that that's the subterfuge, that's the distraction. Agni's going to try and get to where she assumes that Lorelei would want to meet up. Can I make some sort of I've known this woman for 20 years thing to, like, know where she might want me to go?
You are 100% certain that you were late to the event, maybe by an hour. And at this point, you just need to be on the lookout if she was able to succeed and if she's trying to make her escape. Roll me a perception check as you're just kind of looking across this battle. There is a couple thousand people fighting. Around 1,000 actually fighting here on one side and maybe like an equal amount to the other.
16.
You get the sense whatever sparked this, there's still that central conflict taking place where they were holding the court in the courtyards up this hill in the outer bailey of the castle. You don't see her anywhere. So she must be caught up in the mix, having trouble to get out for whatever reason.
I think she's still in the fight or up in the in the bailey.
Up in the outer bailey. So the fight is like around the castle on the hill, and then it looks like it's like in the bailey as well. Like there's a big rebellion going on within the city limit.
I'm gonna try and get to the bailey. I assume that's regime. Which one is New Regime again? Can you remind me?
Apparently the new name that the Duke has given.
Okay, it's the Duke. Okay.
Yeah. The new order, the royal regime. Roll me an acrobatics as you try to get through this fight without getting involved in it.
17.
Okay, I'd say you're able to do so. Takes you some more time to like skirt around the outskirts, wait for a few moments to like shoulder roll forward and jump over some dead bodies and slide under some people's legs as they're going at it with blades and spears. You eventually come to the courtyard and you see the prosecutor that you guys had saved. He is like dead, impaled on a spike, like he got pushed or something and fell. You're not sure how, but you feel just like this sudden grab on your arm from the shadows to this corner of this door, as probably Lorelei's been like waiting for you. Finally, you're here. I pulls you behind some barrels. Bit of a problem.
Almost got arrested about 4 times. What's the problem? Why is there a rebellion?
She won't wake up. She's over there, and she points like across the outer bailey's like battle that is still going on, and there's a mage on either side, like casting spells at each other and healing both sides' troops. This looks like a very long fight, and there's like reinforcements occasionally coming in from either side. People that are, coming from the battle outside the wall, and people that are like coming from inside the castle. And so, poor prosecutor, he redeemed himself. Died a martyr. It was rather touching. You missed it though.
Shame.
He revealed what happened, and well, a lot of the soldiers took his side. A bit of a bigger fight than I expected, and Pippa Penny is in some kind of magical stasis sleep. I'm not going to be able to get her out of here quick enough. I needed you. I've been dancing around this place for nearly an hour. Just over there.
Complaining and show me to her now, okay?
Can you do that thing? Save us some time? Or save it for our escape? And she like just goes to grab you, and then in unison, you have to match what she rolls. Not just succeed, you have to match what Lorelei rolls to get through.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Acrobatics.
Yeah.
Nice.
Me too.
Her minimum is 25. But
Didn't hit it.
I will give
And
it to you on
guidance
a,
it?
I will give it to you on a 22. It's the minimal degree of failure. You're kind of like bumbling behind her somewhat, like having to do like last minute hurdle, and she's like tugging you. At one moment, you like lose contact of her, and you have to catch up. But the two of you make it across and like onto the stage, past the prosecutor's body, who, according to Lorelai, got like shoved by Baron Braun Helger after making this big reveal that they've been stealing memories and like using the people. And you see there's a bunch of like high profile prisoners just in hanging bird cages essentially, and Pippa's in one of them. She's like passed out. A lot of the other people aren't asleep, they're just like gagged or maybe have some other enchantment over them. You see the young smuggler in there as well. He looks chipper as fuck, just like a ball gag around his mouth and some kind of like scroll on his forehead. Kind of just nods to you, lifting his chin up, watching the fights. Alright, can you shoot that down? This stiletto ain't so good for metal chains. As she pulls out from her hair this hairpin, but it's like a long like a stiletto knife. Lorelai's hair just kind of falls at that point. Looks at you expectantly to release this cage somehow.
He's going Eldritch Blast the chain.
Alright, go ahead and roll. It's got AC, it's got hit points. Depending how many turns this takes you, depends if there's a consequence. So far, those are all hits. Roll damage.
Come on, Agni. Okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
Not good. It doesn't go in one shot, but you damaged it enough that Lorelai will attack it.
Okay.
Even though it's a knife and pretty resistant to what she brings to bear. But she hits, and it's sort of like hanging askew from your few blasts. The one of them just not even really getting to the damage threshold. She goes, close! Jumps up and spins around and just stabs the stiletto in between the askew links. Kind of spins it with both hands, leverage, pops it, and boom, boom! Pippa's cage that takes a heavy landing into this wooden stage, kind of splintering through it somewhat, and sending you and Lorelai off balance. Roll a strength save. As soldiers have also noticed this. They're stealing a prisoner! Get them! And like, okay, you keep your footing. Nice. 13, just barely. Lorelai kind of barely stabilizes herself, and she quickly pulls out her thieves' tools and gets to town. Arms and legs! She looks to you and says, what are you going for?
Let's do legs.
You scoop the legs, she scoops the arms. I now need both of you to roll acrobatics with disadvantage as you, while holding somebody, try to get out of here.
Alright. Can I guidance myself? Actually, I think it's fine.
For the first part of the skill challenge, you can brush your shoulder off, and yeah, you can, sure.
Okay, for the first one, I'll guidance, so 19. And then the second one, I won't.
Okay, that's a success. The two of you run to the edge of the stage as people are running up from the back stairs, and then as like you're about to like jump down, soldiers turn around and are about to like impale you on spears, and she goes 1, 2, 3, and you just know what she's gonna do. You probably don't want to do it, but you use Pippa's body as momentum and just kind of like, while still holding on to her, whip her in front of you and almost go like sailing with her big circus cloak that she's wearing, Pippa, over these initial guards as the two of you spin around and now playing like a game of Red Rover with Pippa's body, trying to run out the outer bailey. Roll me another acrobatics.
Still disadvantage?
Yeah. Okay. Can you do that thing yet?
Which one?
The door. The big finale.
Yeah, question. If she's unconscious, can I take her?
She's like borderline object right now, but it does go somewhat beyond the parameters of the spell, so I will have a spellcasting ability check to go with it.
And I can try, but if I fuck it up, I fuck it up. I'm having a really bad day. I'm having a really bad fucking week. I'm just gonna get to the place where we think where we're out of the. Yeah. There was an area where we weren't able to cast that spell, right? There's like a
So
no transport.
So yeah, you start running across like the center of the Outer Bailey fight, and she goes like up this way. As she's saying that, she's like skipping up some like stacked barrels, and about to like heave you upwards, and she's expecting you to like teleport the two of you over the east wall into the hill.
Agni looks at her and says, "I can take Pippa or you."
I owe her as much. I'll see you later, kid.
All right. Don't die.
She lets go, kicks off the barrel, starts parkouring up the wall, and you grab hold of the body, dimension door, like you're about to impact the wall. These soldiers, get them! Camera just like pans out as you're going through this dimension door to all these bolts, peppering off the location you just were, and kind of breaking off the wall, and Laura going, I'm up here! Like getting their attention and running on as the camera now kind of like starts lazily going upwards. We see Lorelai running across the wall. We see you landing on the hill and making your way from here with a short moment of respite holding Pippa's body in both arms. Just need an athletics check from you because Pippa's pretty heavy to what you can carry.
Yeah,
alone.
I'm very weak. Can't be acrobatics, I assume?
No, this is strength.
Okay. That's a 0!
Alright, we see you start running down the hill, and some people like gather note of you, but from about 90 feet away, and it looks like they're about to just like send a volley of shots, and you go to react, like just about rolling initiative kind of thing, and like you're gonna do something, but you click your heels together, the extra weight of holding Pippa, the two of you just start tumbling down the hill faster than you probably would have ran, losing sight of these people who were gonna shoot you, who then turn their attention back to the battle at hand. And we see you just kind of about to crash into a hay pile near the wall.
As Agni's tumbling, she just has this look that just says, yeah, that tracks. Like, just based on her day. Can I try and save it to kind of shield Pippa Penny from getting hurt or
It'll be
hitting things?
No, you can do a dex save to try to keep hold of her.
I just don't want her to
being smashed. Yeah.
I don't have disadvantage, right?
Yeah, you almost comically you get like implanted inside of a stack of hay. You and Pippa. It's very scratchy, and you're about like 2.5 feet inside, but restrained and totally safe. You just poke your head out, and there's like a little bit of fire burning around the haystack as you're just getting pissed off with today. You sort of look up to the skies, hoping that your love across the battlefields is faring better. And the camera just kind of pans up with your vision as we'll jump back to your continued escape here with Pippa, trailing off into the later afternoon skies where, you know, throughout this time, Sana has been running down this several mile stretch tunnel, kung fuing, walkway lights, and Adlin's getting ready to do whatever it is Adlin does. At one point, Yanni would have came up to Adlin and said amongst the people that he was healing today in the last few hours, a few of them are tinkerers, crafters. Maybe they could help spend the day before everyone tries to escape tomorrow, fixing up the glider to full health. If you want. I didn't tell him yet, but...
yeah, no, that'll probably be good.
Alright, I'll get these lads together.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
You got any crazy plans? You usually do.
Well, the way I'm looking at it, we got 3 things we're trying to do here. First, priority's helping the people out.
Right.
Second... Oh,
Madam
sorry.
Moses... All good, man. Madam Moses says that, right after this thing kicks off tomorrow, that's when we're going. Not a moment soon, not a moment late.
Yeah.
We don't want them to get wind of what we're doing.
Yeah, no, we want to catch him while it's busy.
Where's Alikos?
Met up to help lead one of the groups coming here. Yeah.
Looks away.
Hey, Yanni, if you can also do me another favor, just, if you see Baroness Brunhilde, can you ask her if she has any
I've never
Any
met her.
large? Uh,
Well, other than that one time from afar when she was with all you at the
yeah.
auction.
Don't worry. She's hard to miss. If you see her around. But if
Got
you
it.
see her before I do, ask her about any large kegs of ale, things like that. Preferably anything flammable. Um,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll do that.
Thank you. Uh,
Consider it a clerical duty to the Raven Queen. Alright, and he runs off. And he goes, God, I hope Alikos is doing better. As we cut away to the rebel camp on the far side of the western hill in that copse of trees. Hidden away, many tents have been placed. We see Lord Sideri with Lord Hammond. And in this camp, hefty numbers among you spread out, getting ready to go with, reciprocant signals that would be let out through the battles. Like, these are the final moments in like the head tent now where you're planning. The Praetorian from the Empire is here, and it's actually at the end of that. We had kind of talked about some of your planning last time. And with the lives of these 15,000 some people, you get ready to move out. Lord Hammond looks to you and says as much. Well, 15,000 is the count. We've food surplus for 10.
Probably even less than
Long
that after the battle.
So long as we're not interrupted in our lines from Fort Arkansas.
My lord, the summit. Do you think will the Duke even honor it? What's preventing them from killing us outright?
Everything. This whole battle is at stake. It's not about land, it's about longevity, wealth of spirit, and what becomes of this land. This siege, though it may only last so many days and nights, will be a testament of liberation, for better or for worse. I know the Duke, like an uncle. He will be there. They will all be there. This be the first great battle of the new age, but it's steeped in old and bad blood, and so will be written by that code. We ride in 10 minutes to the summit. Committed 3, but it'll only be you and I. Praetorian will come from afar. If we feel the need in this meeting of minds to reveal that which is in our sleeve. No doubt, each side will only bring to bear what they wish to be seen. I do not see these qualms being brought down peacefully. There is no way. There are too many stakes planted in, each raking in a different direction.
My lord, the only wild card seems to be those barbarians to the south, the Odin sons.
Who knows of his intent? A forward attack? Or perhaps he fears us sieging Fort Reinsteg for its location, which in truth would be prudent to us in a prolonged battle. An option we should not leave off the table. Foremost, I like your objective with the decoy brigade. The others are all in agreement. The initial day of battle will be but moving of pawns, setting the way for your first move. But we will have to react to what the other sides bring to bear as well.
Well, hopefully we can get the checkmate before they even realize what has happened.
You're optimistic.
I'd rather, with the war to the west coming up, I'd rather spill as little blood as possible. Especially, we're going to need all the manpower we can get for future stability. I might attempt to strike a deal with the Odinsons. The leader, warrior woman named Petra. I fear she's primarily out for me.
The new High Quinn, and from what scouts tell, wielder of the Foxtrot Spear. You have some quarrel with her.
I fear she's only into this war for my head. Previous engagements. Which is practically the only reason they sided with the Duke, was because I was not.
One moment, my friend. This is no laughing matter! Tomorrow everything is on the line! He just starts ripping into a few of these soldiers. And like, yes, my lord, do we have an understanding? Do we have an accord? Yes. And, yeah, it's a shade of him you haven't seen.
Yeah.
But other than that, morale is actually quite high in the camp. 4 to 4, logistically, you could say, in terms of this war we're going into mechanically. How high as your morale can be. Because you are here, and because of Hammond, and because of the Imperial support and the surplus of soldiers that are here. The only downside you guys have is that you don't have any siege weapons. But as you're getting ready these last few 10 minutes before riding out, there's a welcome surprise from the Empire. The Praetorian hails you all down and presents Scorpion Ballista, which are not for siege, they are anti-cavalry and anti-infantry ballista, should they be needed.
Yes!
And
what are those things?
Scorpion Ballista. It will impale a coming charge some 1,000 feet away. Let the cavalry think twice before they come.
Giant crossbows on wagons.
Aye. These big, like, X-shaped, like, hard pulled back. It's pretty advanced. The Empire is, you know, with the history of war, has some of the best artillery around, up to date. Alright, with that, we just see you and Hammond saddling up your 2 horses.
Basil, watch over the troops.
Just gonna stir a nod.
So mounts up with the Lord.
The 2 of you begin to ride out through these forested hills, some miles towards the center of the battlefield, well in view of the castle. You head out so that you will be at the meeting come the apex of the 2 new moons that will be up. It's a silent ride on Lord Hammond's part.
There's nothing to say. All the words have been said.
He looks at the center of this quiet battlefield with only flocks of ravens to break the eerie still. He goes, "Come tomorrow. This land will not be the same."
Necessary sacrifice.
Looks like we are the first. Looks like you were wrong. The Duke is already on his way. Not sure how Hammond sees this, but apparently he sees someone else coming from the opposite direction.
He's just peering out over the grasslands. I expected to be greeted with crossbow bolts. I'm glad. But he's as true to his word as you say he is.
Clomp, clomp, clomp. You ride down to the center of this field. Across the way, coming to meet you, you see what is maybe the Duke, though much like Lord Hammond is fully plated in regalia, so is the Duke. A broad set of plate armor, him and his steed, donning the new colors of the royal regime and the new order. To his right side, in an old but proud-looking old and proud-looking warhorse, a white stallion, different than the Duke's, is another well-armored man, long white hair. He's not wearing his helmet, and Hammond goes, Christoph Steelwalt, greatest general of the Third Age. And then there's something else flying with them. Just these gold and red wings, almost checkered, breastplated figure with long hair, the same color as her wings, just sort of lands beside the Duke. You recognize this being.
Yup.
Lord Hammond takes off his helmet and he says, surprised to see not your new Lord of the West, Helga, by your side. I see you keep company even queerer to your closest kin. The Duke retorts as he takes off his helmet. Is this not a meeting of minds, boy? I will not prattle on with these tactile whimpers, young Ian. But I do see you've brought your own heathen from the West Hills. A savage with fancies of nobility, but a dog nonetheless. Well, I match your dog of war with one of my own. He looks to the Aaron Yes, this legendary figure beside him, and a fiend believed to be a celestial, pulls out a horn and suddenly coming over one of the slopes and horizons of this plain, you see two more warriors riding in on barded wargs. The High Quinn and whoever she keeps in her close company. Another warrior, no doubt, who also looks similar to you. She just glowers at you. This whole time, Christoph Steerwalt has not broken eye contact on you either. You feel his eyes coldly upon you, Sideri.
Yup. Doesn't say a word.
Then black smoke and red flame just rocket down, and appearing there is the Lich, and on a nightmarish steed, the leader of his Death Knights, a long-dead legatus of the First Empire.
Do not think to commence your futile negotiation of terms without your future sire. You all know my terms. What you mortals have left to quibble remains to be seen.
Stark turn of his red eyes towards the company kept by the Duke.
By the company kept, this false divine, a fiend in a veneer of worship and false lore, only amplifies our cause beyond doubt. You usurper, Rhineworm. What's this then?
As the Lich, then surprised, looks up, there's a squawk. This night, as a giant bird comes to land, but before it can land, the feathers flourish out into a cloak. You see twigs and sticks holding up a beehive nest of hair. Like Archmage, Madame Mozamar,
Yes!
Druid of these lands. Can we not end this wanton bloodshed with how a meeting of terms is meant to be? If this is what such is, surely then, perhaps a duel of the old ways, to spare what might come to be.
Ah, paltry sum. Bloodshed between these warriors means naught to me, lest on a silver platter come the Duke's head.
And how am I to know that any of you would honor such a fight, even if I were to put down this savage from the west? I'll fight him. I'll fight him right now. Everyone starts laughing as Petra speaks up. The man beside her goes, "Mahai Quinn, pick your place." "No! You and me! This is between us!" So she's like staring at you, Lord Sideri. The whole time, Steerwolf's not taking his eyes off you still.
It is. Yet you send your army to die in your place. Why?
She begins to snarl.
Your father fought me one-on-one. He did not hide behind others. Yet you claim to be his legacy, and you don't do the same.
My victory comes assured with divine cause. I wield the foxtrot spear, one of the ancient weapons of war, armaments of bane.
As he says that, he kind of looks over to the Lich.
The Lich looks neutral towards all of this. He just wants this to be done. Your spine, however, will make a far superior spear. That is, if you even have a spine.
I offer you
The
this,
floated head will
Petra.
do just fine for me.
Petra, I'd like to make you an offer.
The dude
Don't
is chuckling this whole time.
Don't let your men die. Die for what you want. You want my head. You can have it.
Oh,
know.
you've taught your dog tricks. Does it roll over as well as it speaks? What place does this savage have to speak on the outcomes of this land? Lich, my answer to you remains the same. It will be the Solaris Order who takes you apart piece by piece.
Enough of your insolence. You mortals will not come to understand the dread that is upon you. May the fogs of war take you all.
With that, the Lich absconds from the meeting the same way he came in. Madame Moza Moss looks extremely worried, and for the first time, Christoph Steerwalt begins to break eye contact upon you, Lord Sideri, but then throws it back as the clouds in the sky begin to rumble. Everywhere in this land, within roughly 100-mile radius of the city of Baldric, sees the clouds start to swirl. As the Lich had already cast the spell, he was just waiting for the moment to do it.
Uh-oh.
The clouds in a 100-mile radius begin to swirl and swarm, becoming like a snow globe dome around this region and penetrating through it. As these clouds start to leak from the sky at an exponential rate, rain in from distant hills, covering masses in instances. There's now mists at your feet. Everything is covered in a literal fog of war. And in the top of it all, there's like this black skull looking down. Look what you've done. My Duke. This does not have to be. We can come together right now. Put our common foes to our backs. The Solaris Order, with the tribals of the South, now willing to be allies.
That's not true!
Unless you abscond and kill him now for me! Enough. Enough of your rage. We should all brandish ourselves together against this common threat. No. You're a coward and a wimp, a mere whelp, and you've raised such a pup to your side. Despite the numbers you've brought against us and the coup that has stirred at my city this day, this will be a short battle. But I will give you one offer in exchange, young Ian and his dog. Gather your men. We will fight the Lich. Leave these lands with your tail between your legs. You'll be absconded of all your titles and all your possessions in Barum. And so long as the new regime's borders continue to expand, you will further be pushed back, but you will still have your lives. I understand there are likely those you still care about within the city, and no doubt they made plans of their own. I look forward to it. Damn you. Damn you, Uncle. Just a fool. Same as your father. I think we're done here. The sun will be high by the time we're all back. Madame Mosa just kind of defeated in the center of all of this. Oh, spirits of the realm, do not hold this against them. She's just like saying to herself as she pulls off one of her charms. It like grows to a small tree, casts transport via plants, enters it, and goes somewhere else. There's a stare down.
Yeah.
Petra doesn't want to leave.
Petra, aid us against this man. And I assure you, a week after this man is dead, you'll get the duel you wish for.
Make a persuasion.
Alright.
She hikes up her ward.
Okay, nice. I presume she's not a druid, so...
No.
Persuasion... 11.
She does not answer.
Alright.
Yeah! Turns around and begins to ride off.
There's no need to sacrifice your people. And just probably doesn't hear it, but...
There's a really high passive, she does. She
Oh,
doesn't give
well.
a shit. And
I love it.
her hatred is too strong, and the Duke puts his helmet back on. He looks to the greatest general of the Third Age, leader of the Solaris Order, Christoph Steerwald, and says, "You have nothing to say." And Christoph just nods no. He then looks to the fiend, who people believe is a celestial named for a long time. There's a city named after her. You guys have sailed out of there when you went east off the map. Nods to her, she smiles, looks to the two of you, winks at you, Sideri, to ride off.
Wait!
First
Trust him.
to arrive to the summit, and last to leave, we see you and Hammond now just there. So it begins.
So it does.
And they take the two of you take off, turn around, and start heading a few miles back to camp to start readying your first battalion of forces. Meanwhile, during the rest of that day, back in the city, eventually, Agnesia, you found your way out of the castle walls. This small coup has been, for the most part, cut down as the Black Mass began to reveal themselves and shoot inward shots with the arcane turrets. I need you to roll a deck save as one of these prismatic cannonballs fires towards the coup just outside of its walls. There's a massive blast zone. As you see, upon impact, they're not incinerated, charred, or destroyed. These soldiers begin to turn to stone. And you can see yourself It's a magical effect. You have your.
Oh, I have advantage. Thank you. I'm gonna use the charge of my thing.
Probably a good
One
idea.
more. So I auto pass, I think. Hey,
Yeah,
that's what that
that's
does?
good. And yeah, the scarab tarnishes a bit, or the pendant, and the petrification just breaks away from you as you continue dragging Pippa out of here. You're spending the remainder of this day into the night. Pretty much by the time you get to the university, the summit is about to take place that we just heard. As you start rushing her back, I just need you to roll a con save as you're dragging a heavy person most of the way and rushing and taking cover, avoiding cavalry in the streets. And you do see Son Agnesia, that not all the coup is destroyed. Maybe about 1,000 strong, rounding upwards, kind of escapes and like flees somewhere into the city.
I have advantage on con saves from one of my Eldritch things. Let me check.
For
though.
concentration, this is for exhaustion.
Oh, okay. Nope. Well, fell.
Okay, and roll me just a performance to get back into the university. With a disadvantage, you're exhausted.
Okay, hold on. 5.
Non-issue.
I clicked
People
persuasion,
are-
but it's the same.
People are just kind of waiting patiently as you come back to the university grounds. Just all the talk is, when are we getting out of here? Shh, keep it quiet, we can't let them know. This whole place is just under tight surveillance. There's like spotlights being shone down on it, effectively now by the Solaris Order. And presumably the rest of the Vanguard is downstairs. Maybe Sana would be just kind of returning from her day's work, planting the lights down the runway. Adlin would have had time to work on the device, familiarize himself with the glider, put together whatever plans he had.
I want to get back into the place. The private sanctum. That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, you get back in.
I slump Pippa Penny down onto the floor, kind of like, not in the most gentle way, you know?
Yanni rushes over. Oh,
She's magically asleep. Please tell me that you can wake her up. Please, I did not just do all of that for nothing. Please.
I can try. Tomorrow?
Okay, that's fine, thank you.
Who is this?
Old boss.
Got it.
Emily?
Handle with care.
Yeah, think of her like a
Have you seen Adlin?
extremely eccentric grandma.
Have you seen Adlin? He told me to find the Baroness.
I
I
haven't seen him.
spoke to Madame Mosh. She said she was leaving. She wanted me to tell you guys you'll be the ones rallying everybody out of the tunnels. And that Baroness Brunhilde has run off.
She's run off?
Something happened in the city?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant run off as in...
No, she didn't
Okay.
abandon the cause. No, something happened.
Yanni.
Something happened in the city. She went to help, I think.
Honey darling, and I just take both of his hands. This phrasing of that needs to be so much better when everything is going to shit, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, good. We're okay. Hopefully she comes back. Yes, there was a coup. I think it mostly failed. 1,000 people got away. Prosecutor got banked and then impaled. I was late.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's okay. Where's Adlin?
But we got more people on the inside. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That must be who she went to help then. Okay. And we're getting these people out of here once we hear things start moving tomorrow.
Yeah. Have you seen woman with black hair, red outfit? Lorelei? She around? Did she show up?
No. Not that approached me.
She has a habit of changing her face, but that's fine. Where did Madame Moss go?
Not sure. She said she was doing her final part. Said she hoped she wouldn't have to call out all the stops. But she'll be waiting at the rebel camp, or to help receive everybody once they make it through the escape tunnel. That's the plan. Once everyone's out, get them to the camp in the west. It'll be a few miles run.
Okay.
It's a lot of people. I don't know how many we have here, but it's packed. People are getting sick, and it's...
Connie.
This is
Connie?
like more than Mossweld, I swear. I'm sorry, I don't do crowds.
Just prepare yourself. 'Cause tomorrow a lot of people are going to die. All we have to do is make sure the fewest amount of them do, okay? Think about crowds, sickness, death, injury. Think about helping.
If I have to die to help somebody, you just point me the right direction. Death is just the final trip. He smiles and, alright, I'm gonna get some rest.
Not a pun intended, Yanni.
Uh-huh.
I think Agni just breaks into just hysterical laughter at the stress of it all.
Alright, there's now pretty much enough time for you to long rest before the new moons fade. Days upon the land. Technically not, because it's surrounded by a fog of war out in a 100-mile radius, making it very hard for any of the factions to scout effectively or to use their artillery at long range. But yeah, come after a long rest. This siege begins. Whatever all the sides have planned, the march begins to move, and the world will feel it rumble. What do you guys do in your final moments here?
I would try to find Agni and Sana, have a talk with them before going to rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do? All of you rendezvous
Yeah.
sometime later that night?
Yeah, Agony, do you tell Sana of the predicament with Peppa?
Yeah, she'll show what we this is what we came here for in the first place. Before in rebellion, we came here for Pippa. She's stuck in some sort of magical sleep. He's gonna try and get her out tomorrow. I want her to be able to escape.
I might be able to. Let me take a look at her.
Thanks. Here.
Yeah, could I roll Arcana? Because I don't know if
Yeah,
remove
go
curse
ahead.
or spell magic would be good here, so...
ahead.
Guidance.
Guidance too? Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of guidance. Alright. Oh, and I don't... Oh no, I do have inspiration. Alright, that's a 21.
She is under the effects of a 9th level spell.
Whew.
You technically could dispel it. You would need a material component equal in value to what was used to cast it. Knowing the spell, which you guess it to be imprisonment, it probably has a significant cost per hit die of Pippa Penny. Probably something very expensive outside of knowing the actual parameters of the imprisonment to awake her. She's in a Sleeping Beauty type slumber. Nothing will wake her.
Shit. I'm sorry, Agni, unless we find something of an extraordinary value, I don't see us waking her right now. Perhaps with all these people gathered here, there may be something here. I mean, we are in the college, but I have nothing on me of this sort.
Just need to get her out. Be fixed later. Can't fix it. You can't fix it. Oh, what do I have? Do I have anything?
I mean, I could if I... Maybe I could if I had an item, but...
You start to hear people are dividing down here because building anxiety.
Did the guy yell out? You cut out before I heard
Not
it.
just one guy, but like a lot of people. There's a divide now amongst all the people. Some people want to stay and fight. Some people are like, no, we need to escape. But it seems the crowd is stirred with the anxiety of the night before battle. The Baroness Madame Moza is here to like keep the peace with the crowds. And you had been gone all day as well, a lot of you.
Agni's gonna just keep Pippa Penny chill. Make sure she's healthy. And I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna monologue. I'm gonna get everybody's attention. Oh god.
You see you just like stand up on a surface, kind of like jump like a flame stride up to someone
just
above everybody.
Burst of light. I have a whole bunch of showy cantrips that get attention. And Baldrick's Watch, right? Just my memory is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. People of Baldrick's Watch. I know you're scared, angry, that your blood is pumping faster than it probably has ever pumped before. You need to stay calm now, that tomorrow we live. I know some of you want to fight. It's honorable. Any other day I would say do it, but today I say live. Out of this tunnel tomorrow. Your families, your wives, your husbands, and your children, and make it out alive. This once, let nobody here die. Enough people have died. We go tomorrow, and we win. You are all safe. How much more beautiful will it be that you get to see the sunrise again? Please. Let's all stay calm. Let's unite under the ideal that we know we are right and just now. Please. Let us lead you to life. Safety. Let's not be reckless.
The drums of war that had been taking these people, the anxiety of battle that was coming. As you were talking, began to shift. All these faces looking to you, then glancing to one another as they listened to you. Their heroine, they begin to nod along and calm each other down. They start to look with more reasoning and with more longevity towards this matter. Go ahead and roll a performance with advantage.
Okay. Oof.
Lorelei stands up and
18.
Woo! Starts like howling, Imaginarium style, and the rest of the people, yeah, no, she's right, yeah, she's right, and yeah, that's good. You sway the people here, but some of them, like a few men and women, reach up to you, able-bodied, and one of the women goes, okay, but if there is something we can do once we escape, we'll do it. You just point us where.
Of course.
We'll do what we can. We may just be farmers and artisans, but we love this land and we love each other. Thank you. Thank you for your words. They bring us reasoning.
He's gonna take that woman's hand, the one who just spoke.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, you're not just farmers and artisans. You are the lifeblood of this country. This hold. Your life. Just as important as any other life in here.
Inspired by you, as you're still holding her hand, she kind of shoots her hand up like she was a boxer who just won a match with you holding her hand. She goes, people, my name is Bethany, and she starts like saying like what she did, and like, you know, I am a mother of 3, and like so on and so forth, and then other people say, I am the so on and so forth, and everyone starts like getting into it, and the camera sort of pans up with the jeering of these crowds. The hope is being uplifted as you increase the morale of the coup still within the city and these potential advocates in this battle. anything else you guys are doing tonight as things transpire? Things sort of simmer down after that speech. People start saying, okay, we need to get proper rest and so on and so forth. They're sending discreet messages up top. Oh, there is one thing I have to say. Someone's been looking for Adlin, like, feverishly, but he's so small, and the crowds are so big. And perception is, like, not his, like, main thing, so he's... But you see a man, well adorned, wearing makeup, though he's wearing, like, a breastplate today, not his usual fine clothes, is the Arcane, the Arbiter of Baroness Brunhilde, the sort of male fashionista. You've come to know as Domino. Oh, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Yeah? Okay, what's going on?
The Baroness told me to find you. She wanted your help. She's not leaving the city.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it either.
She's intent on dying here.
Okay, that's not good.
I told her as much. There's no way. Once all these people leave, there's not much holding back the Duke's new regime. We're just quartering everyone else down who doesn't see with their ideals. But she sent me word there was some kind of coup. The prosecutor stood up against the Duke, revealed some plot that he had been, or him and his cabal had been usurping memories from certain politicians and so forth, denouncing his rights publicly. A lot of the men didn't stand for it, and it led to battle. Many died, but some made it out. The Baroness went to lead them, and she asked for your aid.
Okay.
I don't know what she plans, but they're going base to base, staying moving throughout the city where they can, likely non-stop fighting, I fear. I know she's intent on bringing the barricades of the turrets down. She says if the university has to crumble and the city takes damage, so be it. This can't be let to stand anymore.
Alright, can you send a message to her?
I can.
Okay, give me 5 minutes.
I can't guarantee they're not listening in on messages. The last few I had sent, I received a strange sensation. But I feel I may have staved it off. Who's to say I'm not gonna do it again, though?
Look, that's fine. They can hear what I've got to say.
I'll try to code it then as best I can.
Yeah. Oh darn, Sada just had to jump up to go to the bathroom. Gonna look at you for right now, Agony, and go, alright, I've got 2 terrible ideas.
Hit me.
Okay, 1. Break into the Baron's castle, wait for him to return, and just go ahead and fucking kill him.
That's a terrible idea. Next one?
This, and sits there and kind of drags over the shard from the Predator of Lycanok.
Okay.
Okay, so this thing, it attracts certain energy, right? What if I shove this in one of the ballistas? What do you think will happen?
You're a madman.
Uh-huh. No, I'm just desperate right now, okay? I'm really freaking out.
I just want to say this right now, and she kind of looks at him. I mean this fully platonically. I love you.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Y'all are great.
Domino would still be here, and he goes, I don't know exactly what the towers do, and I don't know what that is. But if you intend to make it go kablooey, it's
a
gonna
terrible
have a
idea.
big blast zone.
No.
Yep.
Sounds like a sacrifice play.
I've got a plan for that too. Maybe.
Listen, I know that you think that, but this man has died 7 times, and I just keep bringing him back. So, what's one more? But don't die on purpose. No death. Remember, we agreed.
Yeah. No, my plan is to use what Yanni rode here with. It got a winch to it. I might be able to use that to just wedge this in there, at least at a little bit more of a distance. That's that plan.
Someone say my name and order a bunch of booze. As you see Yanni with a bunch of individuals come rolling in barrels of hard bar.
Oh yeah, this is the other part of the plan.
Hi,
What is it?
Hi, I'm Yanni. says
Oh,
the dumb
Sana,
boy.
this is Yanni.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Sana. Just looks confused. Is the plan to drink?
No. The plan's more to, well, make a mess. The way I'm looking at it is we sit there, we find ways to just, drop this from overhead. More of this we drop, light as much of it on fire
Hey.
as it can. It's not gonna catch.
Just from
But,
experience, be careful how high you fly. From experience, when I went in, I didn't see it, but it was like a net of force around the city.
Okay. So not too high.
If I'm glad the vehicle took most of it, I think it would have taken my head.
Okay.
I'm guessing it'll be lower towards the rim of the city. Highest at its center. Just a guess, though, buddy.
Well, you
Where
know
do
what?
you
I'll
want me? Am I going in for the last round here with you, or do you want me on crowd control?
think with the people is best.
Okay.
Because if something does go wrong, Yanni, if you could go pick up the people from our house in Mossfield and take off, that would be great.
If I make it out of this alive, and it's not a short trip after all, I'll hightail it.
Let's see.
I think
Yeah.
I think that shoving that shard into the thing should be a last resort, because the likelihood of our death and civilian casualty will be extremely high. Let's
Well,
make that
that's
a last resort.
if we wanted to reduce the number, though, of people that could get hurt. It's probably better to do it early, before people are down there fighting as bad.
Where is the tower that we'd be shoving it into? Would that be near where we're trying to get everybody?
There's multiple. We probably only have to really bring down one.
It'd be difficult if we got her to a farther one.
The other thing I'm thinking, though, is if we do this, it could open up for the Baroness, Alikos, and them to come in. Give them a bit more of a clear path, less dangerous.
Well, all the towers are, as far as I know, exactly 9 miles within one another. In a dodecagon. Is that how you say it? Sorry, I'm nervous.
Think? I'm not sure on that one, actually.
Inside it's something. Okay. Well, Alikos will be coming in from west, right? Northwest? It's northwest.
And that's where the tunnels are taking us, thanks to Madame Mosa.
Right, and we told them they're not coming in through the tunnel because that would lead to death for the people.
Hopefully the tunnel doesn't pop out in the middle of tomorrow's front, though.
Why did we put the tunnel there?
Well, I'm saying
you're
it
right.
exits out to the west. She couldn't have made it all the way to those hills. I guess it all depends when everyone mobilizes tomorrow. I'm gonna
We need
trust
to get
Madame
them
Mosa
out.
Moss, though, that she knew what she was doing.
We need to get them out before dawn. It'll make them harder to see. People running in the dark will be better. We should be up and ready to go before dawn.
Yeah.
There
These
is maybe 100,000 people here, non-combatants mostly.
It would cause a panic, if anything. These.
We need to slowly start getting people out in trains in the next few hours while some of you begin resting.
Yeah. When it's darkest, the hardest to see, we should try to send the people who are most likely to get caught, because the darkness will help them, right? If we send them in the morning light, they'll most likely get seen.
It's going to take a couple hours to get through these tunnels, even while running with all these people.
And it.
They wanted me up front, and I guess I'll take that handsome Yanni fellow as well. I'm mainly an abjurer. I can use my magics to shield the masses in the front should we run into anything.
Yes, please.
I'll have you all fully loaded, covering the rear, and then if you so wish to turn back, whatever you want to do, help the Baroness or continue with us out west. We'll have you two in the back, Adeline in the city, and me and Yanni in the front of the crowd. So I better start resting soon.
Yes.
Anything else we want to talk about before I go
Wait,
off? We're going to be thousands of people apart. We can use magics, communicate. I have that ability, if some of you do as well.
I really think sending these people out in the dark is a bad idea. It's just going to cause chaos.
Well, it's night right now. Madame Mosamos gave me this, and he pulls out a flower. When this wilts, we start moving people. Looks like it's going to be in the next few hours, based on what it looked like when she gave it to me.
Think about this, Sona, is that the tunnels are very long, so a good chunk of it will be in the tunnel completely hidden. Then by then it'll start becoming light when they leave. Have enough to see. If we let them out during the day, they'll get gunned down. Not gunned down, that's not the right word. Volleyed down.
Alright. If you're sure.
I'm a master of escaping out the darkness, but
By the time this flower dies, I'm guessing it'll be at the peak of this night. Coming close in the next few hours. It'll be dead by the new day, and that's when we start moving people. By the time they get out through the tunnel, it'll likely be first light. Around the time armies are maybe starting to move.
yeah.
We'll have to move quickly, that's all I know. But you did good talking to people. They seem to be in check now. Motivated. It's important. Okay, ladies. This is me clocking out. See you on the other side. And he does like a little bow and...
Before you go, though, if you'll tell Baroness Brunhilde, I'll probably be taking some action against the arcane turret closest to the academy.
Is there any way she can communicate with you? Any signals you want to leave for I can tell? Because
I'm
she's
pretty
not
sure,
able to do such magics herself.
I'm pretty sure just tell her to watch for a large-scale explosion, possibly?
I can set off fireworks and other things like that.
Any particular idea where in the city?
Which arcane turret's closest to us?
About just maybe 20 or so blocks away. Short blocks. He gives you directions.
Alright,
Said big blast zone. Define big blast zone real fast.
I'll tell her. She's a motivated one. I see why you're friends. Cut from the same cloth. And I know a fine cloth. Being a seamstress and all. Alright. I have hope. We'll celebrate when this is all through.
Yeah. Oh,
and I'll make us all outfits.
Tell her also that if it goes well and I'm still alive, to listen out for a horn being blown. Just remember to actually... Oh, shit, where is that? Starts digging around the bag, eventually pulls out a horn. Yeah, okay. I forgot why I had this. I don't know, puts it on.
Domino! Oh, sorry. Something's going on outside. Magic shenanigans, you better see this. You all too.
Oh, shit. And as we go up, Agni, just gonna go and kind of grab at your hand and just push something in it.
Yeah, she takes it subtly.
He's put the whistle in your hand, Astral Fulcrum.
Okay.
Yep.
Down. Just kind of nods at you.
And skedaddle on.
Yeah, you very subtly make your way upstairs and out as you witness what just transpired during the summit. You look up to the skies and you see the clouds begin to whirl at alarming rates. Everyone's looking. The Solaris Order on the other side of the gates, the people loyal to the Duke, the people waiting to be, escaped out, and you all, the clouds just creating this 100-mile globe, snow globe around the region, like centered out from here, from the looks of it. Just this, and amongst the gray clouds that are swirling and forming to create this layer around the region, a literal fog of war. There's just like this black grimacing skull in the center of it. Oh boy, that doesn't look good. And smoke is like drifting from the sky as well, and you see it like filling the city streets, and a lot of it actually is being stopped by the arcane turrets that are up right now. So heavily obscuring mists don't get into the city as intended. They get nulled, and it's just like this lightly obscuring mist that starts to just like grasp through everything in the city. All over the course of a minute. Stretching for hundreds of miles. All the stars can no longer be seen. And there's just like a choke on the air. And the anticipation of battle just grows as, no doubt, some of the most powerful magic that's ever been cast in a long time takes to the area.
Oh, that could be a problem.
The swirling smoke now just sort of billows around everything lightly in the city, more heavily outside of it. You get the sense, scouting for any of the factions is going to be a lot more difficult, and this is going to force more melee engagements. This is no doubt the work of the Hand of Bane and the Horned King. Kind of see the characters, our heroes, staring up into the swirling clouds. The camera pans out, and we just get like an omniscient, godlike perspective of all of this, and kind of see the lights of Fort Rhinestig, the turrets of Baldrick's Watch, the encampment hidden of the rebels west, and the drearily hidden armies of the Hand of Bane, just like red eyes moving through a land which seems to desiccate in their passage. Just like things are wilting around the Lich. He's just like there, conducting spell after spell, surrounded by Death Knights commanding legions of the undead, readying their catapults to start forward marching. And the rebel camp, a lot more humble, 15,000 men, but with burning hearts to see this through. Lord Sedarian Hammond returning to camp, beginning to rally the spirits of their men, deciding how many they're going to mobilize out this first day, their course of action, getting their Scorpion ballistas ready, while in Fort Thronwarg, the savage High Quen is out for blood. We'll come back to see how this plays out after a break.